Hello, hello. Good afternoon. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a day. Let's go ahead and get started. Hello. Man, one of these days I'll actually be on the starting soon screen when I hit start streaming, so that I don't have to immediately panic and hit VTube setup, like and go to my go to the right screen. Oh, one day it'll get easier. I would really love to watch like any of the Vici Bond members, like old VODs, just to see what it was like for them, because man, I'm telling you. I really feel like a goof sometimes, but again, learning. I mean, you know what? I didn't even post to Discord and Blue Sky that I was going live, which is like the entire point of those screens, but I had it ready to go at least. There we go. There I am. And there we go. Okay. Very cool. Well, again, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started here in just a second, but man, the stream name is true. Today was hard, man. Tuesdays are when our company has like a lot of meetings, and I don't know, today I was just slammed with stuff back to back to back. It was one of those days where it's like, it literally feels demoralizing with how like difficult it is sometimes. So yeah, I just need to chill. And it was another one of those days where I'm like, man, do I even like try to stream? Do I even, do I have it in me? It still makes me nervous. Like, how do I feel? What do I want to do? And, I'm like, dude, just watch like a video or two. Just chill. Just kick back. I'm going to be watching videos anyways. I might as well just like chat over it and, again, continue to get used to the thing that I want to get used to. So, but yeah, thank you for hanging with me today, if you're here. And let's see. I had an idea for a video. I think you already saw it. Just a little sneak peek. But man, I was like, do I go for cozy vibes? And I thought about playing a game. But when I pulled up Steam, I was just thinking about like all the windows and trying to switch back and forth with the audio. And I was just like, I'm tired. I just want something easy. So we're just going with some videos and something easier. But I do want to get into playing more games, because I did genuinely enjoy Plenty of Fish in the Sea. So yeah, maybe here by the end of the week I can play another one. But for now, we're just gonna relax. We're just gonna chill. So I will pause this, vibe off, and I haven't, I'm familiar with this channel. This is Sad Boys, and specifically Sad Boys Highlights. And I don't know, because maybe it may be funny to me. I decided to watch their video on what is happening on r/am I overreacting. I have certainly partaken of this subreddit many a times when I'm bored, bored at work. And so it caught my eye, because I'm like, this is, again, familiar territory to me. So I thought that maybe I would understand a little bit about what we're talking about today. So I just realized that my screen ratio is like fucked. So I'm gonna change it real quick. Sorry, y'all. Again, I do promise that one of these days, let's see. Yes, okay, so window capture. And you know what? At least I can be doing is playing music while I'm doing this.
If you're not what.
Okay. Window capture. Yes. Yeah. Here we go. There we go. One of these days again, I'll figure out like kind of how to crop it how I want to, but progress is progress. Making it happen. Okay. Now here we go. Just turn this down. All right. So again, once again, this is Sad Boys Highlights. What is happening on r/am I overreacting?
Watching the video, if you're just listening to it, run over, quick. Stop doing the dishes. Look.
No, stop. Oh, you got it, dude.
So some
Nice.
of the
You did get me.
listeners, viewers right now might be
Hi. damn
extremely
you.
emotional hearing that Jordan has left the country.
Sarah Lamb, pick yourself up off the ground.
Don't cry.
From all of the crying that you're doing, and don't worry, because Jordan's on his way back yonder.
Wait,
across
stop trying
the
to take
ponder.
that cop's gun.
No, don't do it.
Please.
Some people,
You're in the
might,
Hell, I don't even know what they're talking about. Damn.
No, do they have,
some
what do they
people
have?
might
They have one
be,
that's-
dare I say,
they have a sword.
overreacting.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Some people might be, dare
Yeah.
I say, overreacting.
Anastasia said it again for emphasis.
Let's do it third
'cause
time.
Dare I
Dare I
say?
say,
Overreacting.
Am I r/am I?
No, we're overacting.
oh,
Not overreacting. Overreacting.
I like misread the.
Yeah, me too. I did
It's our
too.
new
Yeah.
favorite subreddit.
We watch Jim Carrey movies and we say, is he overreacting?
You look like a Labubu.
He does look like a little boo-boo. Oh my god.
Combined for a term like that. I don't know the word for it. I don't read encyclopedias. I get laid. I'm kidding.
I don't read it.
About the insect. Well, okay,
Saving
continue.
myself for God.
Right.
You
What a fuck.
Yeah, I misread the Bible. Shit, I'm saving myself for Jesus.
ooh, I can't wait to go to heaven.
Am I
Oh.
overreading?
Having a holy threesome, threesome.
Neo be like
Threesome
There's
Trinity. I love
on the
that.
internet.
Hell
called
yeah,
Reddit
angels, come fuck
and
me.
it has a subreddit,
Sorry.
a small subset.
Guys, I have no filter today. I'm
Reddit
tired.
Called
He's broken. Reboot him.
AIO,
Oh, my lord.
which stands for AO. Am I
Ayo.
overreacting? Wait, real quick. Speaking of IO, I made that gold video about the OpenAI paying $6.5 billion to Johnny Ive's company
to do something.
And how it was weird and out of touch, even for, well, not even for, but like it was just like very strange. But then there's now some like corporate tea that's happening where they removed that video and all references to it because there's like potentially a lawsuit.
It's the internet,
some
man.
sort of
It's still out
stolen
there
IP
somewhere.
Or,
You were borrowing a book from the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah.
And then it burned down. You're like, you archived.
yeah,
Do you
breaking
have the
Google
whole
X, which is like the Google like experimental arm, spin out IO, which is why I thought of this,
Yo.
which makes smart earbuds from 2018. Alleges Sam Altman / OpenAI heard their pitch, passed, got Johnny Ive to try it before copying it, and then bought his company for $6.5 billion and called it IO. Most dramatic, must-read tech lawsuit of the year. So there's a lawsuit happening.
Wait, literally IYO to IO.
And
That's like
they-
what conspiracy theorists think the world
There's like
is.
puzzles sitting
Yeah,
everywhere.
that's right. Inside the dollar bill.
There's
Like numerology and
lots of
stuff, yeah.
skyscrapers everywhere for the eye to see or whatever the Jordan Peterson quote is.
They scrubbed the internet of that video, right?
Yeah.
Except if you
lives
watch
now.
Jarvis's gold video,
It's
you
in
can
there.
see evidence of it.
And
Yeah.
I mean, there's
They're coming for you, Jarvis. They're coming.
An IA.
Oh.
Impossible
Yo,
archive. Anyway.
sorry. What is this tattoo? I can't tell what this is. Okay, I seriously can't tell what this tattoo on this man's arm is. But from here, just from a distance, it literally looks like that meme of that one guy like crying really hard. And I know it's not that. And I'm not even trying to be insulting. I just literally, I had to do a double take because that's what I thought it was at first. Y'all are just gonna really have to put up with me today. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You're getting like really tired, burnt out jelly. Tired, burnt jelly. Ew. Especially too, because like my model is supposed to be a gummy, so I'm like thinking about like a burnt gummy. I know that Fillion like microwaved her fruit snack, so I guess it just like congeals, but God, can you imagine if it like burnt? I can't think of that. I guess people have burnt jam before. Interesting. Anyways, oh, that was me trying to figure out what the fuck I thought of earlier that I wanted to tell you that I couldn't remember. I do, you know, I am gonna give myself some praise. Because I know like a, you know, episode or two, stream ago, whatever, I told you that I had like a really like jank, fucked up chair. And I did. It like, I've had this chair for a long, long time, and it kind of just like eventually started like leaning to the left, which is funny because I like don't think that I sit heavier on the left or anything like that. It just like with time started like giving out. And so it would constantly lean, and it gave like absolutely no fucking support. So I would like shift around and like move a whole lot in the chair. So my job was like getting rid of a bunch of like office chairs. I was like, hold up a second. I sat down, and I'm actually like pretty short. I'm a short stack. So like it's hard for me to find chairs that reach the floor for me. And this is not even a joke. This is like a real problem I have. Most office chairs, even on the lowest setting, are still not low enough for my feet to touch. So I went through, and there were like a couple that actually fucking did. And I was like, I'm taking these. And they're like, okay. I'm like, good, I'm taking these. So I hauled one of their stupid fucking asses in my car today. I almost like fell down the stairs trying to like get it into my house. I had to go like, you know, multiple flights of stairs and shit like that. And, I carried this bitch with me, and now I'm sitting in it, and I'm like, it does certainly give more support. Unfortunately, the desk that I've got is still too high, and it can't go any lower, but I did buy a, like, not mechanical, but, like an electric desk that can, like, raise and lower. So I'm gonna try to put that together one day, and then actually, like, have a fucking ergonomic desk that I can use. So that will be great. I will be very grateful for when that happens. But I am proud of myself for getting this chair in the house because I was dreading that. And I have another one to go just because I want to be able to switch between the two and see which I like more. But I've at least got one that does have lumbar support. I'm like leaning back, and like it actually has support. I'm wondering if it's like a Herman Miller chair that like, I have to look at the tag. I don't know. I haven't checked, but it's good enough to where I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Anyways, all that tangent aside, back to this video where he definitely does not have that meme on his arm.
I just thought that was fun. I don't want to get into it because we got to get into am I overreacting? But am I overreacting by saying, whoa, that's crazy about the news I just said? I'm a hero.
Am I overreacting?
This is from you, Jake.
For
You wrote
thinking this is an insane red flag. And this is a text thread. Hi.
Yo, I gotta get a drink for this tea, which again is literally just like my drink is liqueur, but I'm gonna grip it and rip it, so hang on. Yeah. Okay, cheers. Here we go.
I'll be the email job person.
Cool.
Hi, blank. This is John Fake Name, the district manager at Fake Company for area region. I recently
I'm
went
trying
through your
really hard not to read
application
ahead,
resume. You
'cause
submitted
I'll get
with us
impatient.
for our sales position. Just had a couple of questions for you. When is the best time to catch you for a quick phone call?
Hi.
This is a regular email that I send all the time to all kinds of people all the time.
Hello, Jonathan Fake Name.
That's me.
Thank you for connecting with me, Jonathan Fake Name. Today is a well, I assume that's supposed to be a bit
Is
busy.
a butt busy
Today
for me?
is a butt busy for me, but
Butt busy.
tomorrow I believe I would be available anytime between 12 to 2 for a call.
You'd be too busy for a 10-minute phone call.
Nah, yeah, that's a huge red flag. Fuck
also
that.
provided
No,
some
I'm out.
context.
No, ain't no way.
I didn't
Ain't no
respond because I
way.
was speechless. What an incredibly weird thing to say to someone who you want to interview.
No,
Sorry, but
there's
I'm in the
no
process
fucking
of losing my
shot.
current job, so I'm very busy and can't make time for you today. What do I even respond to this with? Would it be wrong to just block his number and forget
No,
about working
no,
there?
it's not
Doesn't
wrong.
seem like
Fuck
it would be
him.
the friendliest workplace if this is the attitude I get before even interviewing.
No, fuck that.
I don't disagree.
I think that's
like kind of a weird.
That's
like,
absolutely
this is the type
insane.
of thing where I would snap almost immediately at someone in
Right.
a professional way.
I'd be like, wow, incredibly weird etiquette. I'll not be following up.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you have to clap back just a little bit.
I don't think I'd be a good fit for the
Yeah,
company.
exactly.
I'm withdrawing my application.
Yeah.
I'd probably send
Exactly.
That one picture of
You make it just very
paganist
clear.
guy that's pooped on its own balls. I'd send probably one of these.
No,
You
I
looked-
did not
you
look.
looked,
I'm
that's-
looking up.
So
I think
the thing
yes, completely inappropriate.
If you're in a position
Yeah.
that you can continue the job search and the job hunt, and you're looking for like a career position and not something to like make ends meet, and
Yes.
you have like a little bit of flex or whatever, because unfortunately the reality is if you need to pay bills, then sometimes you can't be as discerning about where the money comes from.
and that dynamic,
But I do think that that's like indicative of a boundary push that
Yeah.
could happen
it's
again.
bad news, and you're not. I mean, especially, am I overreacting? I didn't reply because this felt a bit much to me.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely not
you don't
Yeah,
even
no,
have to
not overreacting
But
at all.
Just really, I think it's this is something that,
That
can
gave
only
me
exist
such bad
because
vibes.
of
Awful.
The like parameters between some people who really need that employment. We can also throw out like, let's say this is a person fresh out of college that's trying to get a job in the field they worked for, and they know that they're probably going to be underpaid for their work, and they know that they're probably going to be underqualified for a lot of it. And that's like a deal we've all been forced to make with the devil in our minds, right? Is like, I'm less valuable because I've done it less. Ridiculous expectation, but it's locked in. Even the nicest bosses and managers often have that propaganda locked in. But the problem is it's so okay to do this at most workplaces. You can be unreasonable and passive aggressive, blah, 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 as long as you are even 1% higher on the rung than
Yeah.
the person you're doing it to, which it shouldn't be.
I would just say too, like, I mean, even if you're desperate, I mean, you do what you got to do. I get you. But just know, like, you're going to have to form tough skin immediately if you do get hired there. Because if that's what they're sending you right off the fucking bat, when, when they don't even know you, when they're supposed to be, like, on their best behavior and you're on your best behavior because you guys are, like, kind of trying to impress each other, if they're coming out of gate with that when they're supposed to be on their best behavior, dude, it is gonna suck balls to work there. I'm just saying. So I'm like, yes, you take what you can. If you need that job, you take that job. But holy, be ready. Oh my God.
Some amount of devil's advocate, depending
It
on
made me
the
so mad,
size
like,
of
right off the bat.
organization, the people doing the recruiting are not necessarily the people who you'll be working with on a
not a good
day-to-day
indication.
not on a day-to-day basis, and the people
That's true.
in recruiting could be under some amount of extra pressure
That's
for
true.
whatever reason. It doesn't mean that they're in the right for that strategy.
No.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that that's like what you're going to see on the other end when you do the job. But
that's
as
true.
someone personally who like needs some time to emotionally prepare to do like
Yeah.
especially a work interview, even if
Yes.
it's 10 minutes, I want to be at my best and most prepared and not
Oh, yeah.
like stressed. Or what if I'm like super what, like, I can imagine
I'm
a
at
number of.
work at my current job. What about
Right.
I can imagine a million
Right.
reasons that you wouldn't be able to be free for 10 minutes.
I have
Yes,
two
me too.
kids. I'm
Yeah.
like looking after 2 kids today or something. I'm on a plane. Like what?
Also, like, depending on the day, too, like, let's be real, depending on the day, I'm like, one, okay, most reasonably, you're gonna be at work. Like, no, I can't just stop and drop everything to fucking talk to you. Fuck off. Secondly, I'm like, let's say that maybe you may be off of work. You might be, like, crunk, man. You know what I mean? You might be, like, you might be inebriated in some way, shape, or form. They don't want to talk to you then. You don't want to talk to them then. Like, dude, give me some time to, like, be on my best behavior. What the fuck?
Tomorrow, like, how big of a fucking. So,
Right.
I'm giving you a big window tomorrow instead of offering another day if tomorrow doesn't work, or 10 minutes within that 2-hour window that I gave tomorrow, or a future day. You're like, you can't meet today? How important is it to talk
I
today?
think if they are, I think you make a good point with like the recruiter thing, and that maybe they're making some arbitrary quota, which is not. I mean, you can be.
I mean, sure, but fuck
The thing I
you.
think that's so off-putting is that we've talked about this actually before, where like it takes a lot for either of us to be confidently combative about something we're not 1,000% sure we're right on, because
Yes.
oops, and the
Me
same
too.
applies to like social conduct, like not remembering someone's name. If somebody doesn't remember my name, I will default to, hey, no problem.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I forget all the time.
You don't remember my name?
Sorry, sir. Yeah, I'm sorry that.
Remember we met that one time in passing in that urinal, and I looked at you and I said, isn't it funny when people talk to other people at urinals? And you were like, oh, sorry.
I'm sorry,
Yeah, and then you like
8,000.
splash piss on your hand and you go, ooh,
Sorry,
sorry,
I'm
focus.
I'm
Gotta lock in right now. And
I
I
was
said,
wearing a
Oh
face
my
mask
God.
and a Daft Punk helmet, and I was using a voice changer, and I was one of the 9,000 white guys you met at that event every single day.
right. And it's just crazy to me that you don't remember me, because I thought it was pretty memorable.
Maybe it was on nights, I can't remember, but we did specifically talk about like times we have forgotten somebody's name in like a semi-professional context, and they instantly clap back. And this is
Y'all, oh my god, I got the story on that one. Maybe this is something I can do on stream. Interesting. I believe I have facial blindness. I have taken a test on it, and it did say that I in fact had facial blindness. I would like to take it again, because I was kind of in a more like distracted setting that I wanted to be. But regardless, I mean, like, this is one of those things where I'm like, if this is supposed to be easy to somebody, I was like legitimately struggling. So that kind of hinted to me that it is in fact a real thing. But anyways, so at least some mild form of facial blindness, right? So I work in a job that has people that have like really big egos. And there was this one woman who came in, and I told her hi. And she was literally like, do you know who I am? And I'm like, I mean, like, remind me of your name. Cause I didn't that's the thing. I did not immediately recognize her. And she goes, oh, wow, I must come in more. My name is blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, I did recognize her name. I knew who she was, but like she said, she doesn't come to our office more than like once or twice a year. So I was like, bitch, no, I don't fucking remember you. The audacity. She was like, she was joking, and she was like, oh, ha ha ha, I need to come in more. But like, it was with the snarkiness of like, you don't know me? And I'm like, no, I don't fucking know you. I don't know nobody. Like, it takes me like fucking 50 times of seeing you before I fucking remember who you are. Like, and I mean, that's not, the thing is, it's like, I think if it's, say, in a setting where, say I'm like interested in knowing this person, I meet them and I'm like, oh, okay, like, we're, on the way to being friends, or I'm interested in talking to you and it's been fun. Like, it may still take me longer than other people to remember people's names. It may still take me like longer than other people to like recognize the person's face. But I will get there way faster than some random fuck that just every now and again comes in. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fucking remember you. Honestly, almost nobody's going to. But, you know, at first I was like willing to chalk it up to me. I was like, oh, like shit, maybe this person like is here all the time and this is just me not like remembering them. Fuck, that sucks. No, this was just her having a fucking big ass ego. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. So that triggered me, what he said. So we're going back so I can listen to his story. But oh my god, like literally the second he said it, I was like, oh, that fucking one time with, with the lady in the
voice changer, and I was one of the 9,000 white guys you met at that event every single day.
Right. And it's just crazy to me that you don't.
Right
now,
I was wearing a face mask and a Daft Punk helmet, and I was using a voice changer, and I was one of the 9,000 white guys you met at that event every single day.
Right. And it's just crazy to me that you don't remember me, because I thought it was pretty memorable.
Maybe it was on.
I thought it was pretty memorable.
About, like times we have forgotten somebody's name in like a semi-professional context, and they instantly clap back. And this is that of professionalism.
Yes.
It's like, okay, you can't. If you really want to make this stupid quota, then go like, sorry, I don't have any availability for the rest of the week. Would it be possible for us to hop on a quick call?
There is a way.
Yeah,
to
taking it like
doesn't,
personal, man, is
well, what is this? Passive aggressive, right?
Yeah.
Like doesn't come off passive aggressive.
That's why it feels like a manager to me.
Yeah.
It feels like
They could
Right.
respond if they really did want to talk today. They could respond, "Hey, it'll only take 10 minutes. Is there any chance you could possibly? I'm trying to get this done today."
right.
Yeah, there is a nicer and more polite way of saying what this person said. Like, you know, rather than being an asshole of like, you can't even take 5 fucking minutes out of, you know, your day to talk to me. Rather than that, I mean, literally any of the things that they just said of like, oh, you know, like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, you know, I know that might be inconvenient, but like, we're really trying to get these done and wrap this up today. Is there any way you can find time in your schedule? I promise it's only going to take 10 minutes. Like, the attitude is not necessary. This is why I'm like, even if it's a recruiter, they hired that recruiter, man. I don't want to mess with them.
Right.
Oh,
I'm going at it like there's a million.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd be too busy for a 10-minute phone call all day. Yeah, that just like hits me the wrong way.
We should say too, if this is the like, if this is a third party representing the district manager, first person, which does happen a lot. I'd be pretty annoyed if I was the real district manager and the person that was doing my outreach was being like this with people.
Yes,
Dude,
right.
don't
Me
make me sound
too.
like an
Sometimes,
asshole.
yeah. Sometimes
Absolutely.
there's a part of me that like goes evil mode. And
Oh my God.
I want to be so mean, but
Your
then I'm
eyes are
like,
glowing.
no.
No,
This person
yeah.
is under the same stresses that I'm under.
Yeah.
Right? But they're just in a different situation.
Except they have time for a 10-minute call today.
So what I like to remind myself of is that this is like a reflection of whatever pressures they're under,
Yeah.
Right.
rather than anything about you, because you're not overreacting. It's a passive aggressive ask that could be made in a more reasonable way.
Yes.
know
No
that.
way! I just read the top.
That's a very generous way of looking at that, though. You know, and I'm like, and I do agree with him. I think that that's like the mature way of looking at it. I think that that's like the, you know, again, generally the better way of looking at people who are being shitty to you. You just kind of go, oh, you know, like this could be me on a bad day too. You know, they're just under XYZ pressure, you know, but I don't know, man. Again, I'm like, I do agree with them. I would struggle with that. That particular one, I would really struggle to come back from that.
Title of this one, and it's crazy.
Ayo for asking my boyfriend's mom to stop. Am I?
Whoa. No, immediately. I'm just like, I don't need to read the rest. I don't need to read the rest. No, you're not overreacting. This is bullshit. What?
asshole, am I overreacting
God.
for asking my boyfriend's mom to stop calling me the backup plan at dinner?
That's awful.
Tagged with
Awful.
family/in-laws.
My boyfriend,
Oh my
26 male,
God.
and I, 24 female, have been dating for a little over a year.
Nice.
His mom never liked me, and she's made that weirdly clear.
I don't like you.
Weirdly
I try
clear.
to. She says it in a little voice, a weird voice. I'm gonna make this weirdly clear.
I don't like you doing this exam.
like you.
I try to be polite. Oh yeah, no, she's 24F.
Oh.
I try to be polite and not to take things personally, but it's starting to wear me down. We were at his parents' house for dinner last weekend. Things were fine until his mom started reminiscing about his quote unquote first real girlfriend.
Okay.
Saying things like she was so classy and put together. Pause.
This feels.
This is one of those things where if true, it is
God.
like a reflection of them, and it's like so embarrassing.
Yeah,
But,
it really
like, it
is. But dear
Sort of
God.
power dynamic. Right?
Like, because I've had experiences like this with the parents of my significant other,
Really?
and I'm like, are you dating me, or like, are
Right.
they? 'Cause you seem to have a lot of demands for what they deserve.
Right.
So what do you want me to do? I'll be the different guy.
Yeah.
It's also like I don't want to like overanalyze a scenario I'm not involved in, but.
Oh.
I'm curious. Okay, well,
Class,
let's get,
something.
yeah,
Could
class
be, could
component.
be.
Let's see. Saying things like she was so classy and put together. You know, not everyone has that natural polish.
Devastating.
That's crazy.
Some people are dark. Some people lack a.
Feels like she brought out her calipers and started measuring my forehead.
Right? Oh my God. The phonetics.
Determine whether I'm good at basketball.
She smiled at me and added, "But you're a solid backup plan.
Respect.
Some men just
Wow.
want simple, and that's okay too." What kind of back?
Dude. Mother-in-law calls me simple. I'm like, So I'm either breaking up with you or I have permission to never talk to this bitch again. Ain't no way. No.
Candid
That's nice.
compliment is that.
No, he said, and that's okay too.
And that's okay.
And that's
I
okay,
accept how
too.
simple and
That's okay, too.
unpolished and plain and unclassy your dumb donkey ass is.
And that's fine.
I was stunned. I looked
And
at my
that's
boyfriend
fine.
who just kind of awkwardly chuckled and didn't say anything.
Oh, okay, loser.
See, that's like, all right, have a backbone,
Loser.
Buster.
Right.
I have a backbone, 26M.
Come here, 26
Uh-huh.
M.
So I said, can you please not refer to me as a backup plan? She gave me this innocent look and said, oh, honey, I'm just teasing. Don't be so sensitive. Okay, see, that's like,
Calm down.
this is like
Tee.
scientifically engineered to annoy me because I had a very
Yeah.
similar experience.
And with the worst possible follow-up.
Yeah.
God, just being so
I'm like,
sensitive.
one of my biggest pet peeves in life is when someone is mean, objectively mean, and says, don't be so sensitive.
Yeah, whoa, why? What? I'm not allowed to say whatever I want?
Yeah, that's like,
Yeah, yeah.
excuse me, I am impervious to consequence.
How dare you? I'm feeling good when I said it.
I quietly excused myself and left the table.
I'm
My
feeling
boyfriend
good.
later told me I overreacted and that I shouldn't let her get under my skin.
Dump
like
the
that.
man.
This is
Dump
some
him.
victim bullshit.
Get
mentality
this
stuff.
fucking bitch out of
Loser
here.
mentality right
So
here.
Done
that's
with
what
it.
she's supposed
Done.
to do. Don't
Right.
be sensitive. Be fine with it. Be polite. Don't leave the table. Don't overreact. Don't let her get under.
Yeah,
their skin.
right.
Because
Everything else is calcified.
you shouldn't let her
nothing
get
else?
under your skin like that. Why is she trying to get under my skin? Oh, honey, I'm just teasing. Don't be so sensitive. You're not just teasing.
Yeah. Which part of
No,
that was the
you're
being
being
actively
malicious.
mean.
Good
You are
God.
panicking because you got called out.
And you're not.
Uh-huh.
You seem like the type of mother to have their partner's dating choices reflect upon them, and you're insecure
Right.
about that,
That
and
kind
you're
of-
letting that insecurity leak out in this passive
Right.
aggressive language.
It's the shadow self sneaking out. The valve is like
Yes.
too much pressure. It just goes and it's like, you suck. I'm kidding. I'm playing
No, I'm
around.
just kidding.
I'm just kidding. No, yeah, like, again, this is like, they're showing you what they're gonna be like. If you're just like chilling and nothing's going on, and this person just like out the gate is an asshole for no fucking reason. And again, you guys are just sitting there at dinner and nothing the fuck is going on. There is no conflict. Like, they're just telling you what you're fucking in for like the rest of time if you stay with this person. And honestly, same thing with, I'm gonna give the boyfriend a little bit of slack. Like, I don't know how many times he's dealt with dating and, like how his own mom is with partners. Like, if this is the first time, maybe he doesn't know how to stand up for himself. And I'm not saying that excuses him. I'm just saying, like, that may be why he didn't. Again, if being generous. Not saying that she needs to, like, continue to put up with that. Like, dude literally was just like, bitch, you're fucking, like, don't fight with my mom. And it's like, your mom fought with me. I didn't do nothing. Yeah, no. People exhaust me.
I just can't believe my daughter would, or my little perfect boy would be
my
with
little
someone
precious
so
baby
simple.
boy.
You choose to wear that.
Interesting, because he used to have a girlfriend that I actually liked.
But who, by the way, she was also
Come
cruel
on,
too.
why are you overreacting?
Whoever
See,
that previous girlfriend was also bullied by this one. There's no way that she pivoted because this one's blonde or something.
it's like, oh my
Which
lord.
is also the layer that really
Yeah,
does
I'm
stick
like,
out a little.
I'm a
bit.
little bit. I am a little bit.
Hello, Umbral. Hello. I am watching videos that are getting me riled up. Which is good because I started the stream very low energy. I'm like, I'm very tired from today. So, I picked a video rather than trying to play a game. And, this is what is happening on r/am I overreacting, which is a subreddit that I am familiar with, that I tend to read when I'm on break at work or am bored. And so it's just all these fucking people being like, this person was a real cunt to me. Like, am I overreacting for being angry about it? It's just like, I'm like, no, you're not. The first two I've just been like feral at. So I think they probably only have one or two left, but I will be fascinated to see how this goes.
Wondering if there's a class or race dimension to this that's
Is this
not being
maybe
explored?
his first Hispanic
Yeah.
girlfriend?
But if
That
not-
this white family's
Yeah.
like, something's a little
But anything
less
could,
polished.
But anything could trigger this, right?
Yeah.
It could be like, oh, I never wanted my boy to end up with a brunette.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
I don't like that
That's a
my
pretty good
boy is
one.
with a big titty goth girl now.
Information.
Should I put on
Pisses
a
me
voice
off.
or- Okay. Am I overreacting?
Oh,
for
that voice is disgusting.
Am I overreacting?
This is beautiful. Never stop.
Am I overreacting for refusing to lend my sister my dog for her aesthetic maternity shoot? I'm
What
26
the hell is this?
and I have a golden retriever named Miso.
Miso.
poor,
Oh,
super
that's a great
sweet, and
name.
honestly, the closest thing I have to a kid.
Oh,
I got
Aw.
him when he was a puppy, and we're really attached. He doesn't do well with unfamiliar people or situations, and I try to avoid stressing him out unnecessarily.
cool.
Good dog.
Okay, literally that first paragraph, I'm like, then no, you are not an asshole for not letting your like anxious dog get stressed out for your sister's stupid fucking bullshit. No, I'm already calling no. Because I'm a reasonable human being. So like, what the fuck?
Oh no.
My sister, 31F, is 7 months
I got the
pregnant
same
and
name.
planning this very curated maternity shoot with
Very
a photographer
curated.
she found on Instagram. She sent me some sample photos and asked if she could borrow Miso for the shoot. Her exact words were, he would complete the vibe.
That's very
The
fun.
vibe.
Soft golden hour family feel with a golden dog.
It's not your dog though. Like the point, I know. Yeah, it is gross. I'm like, the point of those kind of like pictures and stuff like that is to show off like your little happy family or whatever like that. I'm like, the dog is not part of your family. Like, what? You're just lying. Which, I mean, if this sister is like the Instagram, like, I'm going to, again, the very curated Instagram shoot type. She really doesn't give a fuck, but she didn't mind lying. But no, fuck no, you can't use my dog, bitch.
I told her no.
That's why we brought Peeps to be off camera over
Yeah.
here, is they complete the vibe.
It's aesthetic,
yeah.
I told
completes
her
the vibe.
no, not because I don't support her or whatever, but because Miso isn't a prop. He's a living.
Pretty funny reason
Right.
to say no. Like, I don't support you. I don't like you having kids,
I
and I'm
don't want
keeping
you
the
to have
dog.
kids.
I hate your nasty ass kids. Get out of
I
here.
don't believe in golden hour. A living anxious animal, and he's never even met her photographer.
No.
Plus, she wanted to.
No,
do
we're
it
not
in
making
a
him
random
nervous.
Field an hour away without me there.
Without you're
She
there.
literally
No.
just wanted to pick him up, take the photos, and drop him back
No.
off.
Okay, pause. That's
Dog.
for
Right, I'm also pausing. Why can't the owner be there? That's so fucking stupid. Like, maybe there could be the compromise. Maybe if, like, the sister was allowed to be there to comfort her dog. Even then, I would still say no. But at least there would be, I don't know, more of a consideration if you said, yeah, you can also come and, help us keep them calm. But she's just like, no, we're just going to steal him for a few hours and, like, fuck the fact that he's going to be very upset. Also, too, I'm like, ma'am, you don't understand. An anxious dog might bite. Like, I don't know. I don't know Miso, but I just know that for any single animal. You get them too stressed out? Nah. No, that's a disaster waiting to happen.
2 reasons.
Speaking of Jack Russells,
Hey!
Peeps has arrived.
you can't say if you can do everything.
Peeps!
Already.
Do I get- Oh,
they're
I didn't get to
definitely
see
not overreacting
Peeps.
Because if your dog is anxious and they're going to be with strangers, then that's
Right.
already a non-starter.
The question,
Right, that's
the
it.
dog is the answer.
The dog also isn't going to behave the way you want.
Yeah.
If
Right.
they're not, like, I don't know what they want, but they're imagining a prop.
Yes.
I feel like every single person that would look at the Instagram photo after the fact, like people that like animals would be like, that dog looks upset. And that would like not get the reaction that she wants. I mean, people that don't give a shit about animals would probably be like, oh, how cute. But all the people that are like fucking real ones would be like, why does that dog look under duress? She's like, he's not.
Instead of they're like, oh, and we can position the dog. It's like, not if you don't know how to communicate with the dog.
You don't
No.
like dogs, I feel like. It's also not
There's
your
also
dog. It's so
Right.
weird.
It's weird to want
That's so
a
weird.
random dog. Because normally
hired
it's
a
like,
husband,
here's
too.
my family, right?
I've hired a bunch of fans to be there. I've hired some dancers.
This is gonna make me mad to even say this, but this gives me the vibe of somebody who would like adopt a puppy to take the photos and then like return it and be like, I don't want it anymore. Which again makes me physically angry to just even say, but I literally think that the sister is like this type of person. Like awful person. Awful. Granted, I made that up, but I am now convinced that this is what they're like.
I also think there's a level of liability here because if the dog is anxious and then
Right.
bites someone because they're
Yes.
freaking out.
We don't know the
Yes.
history. Yeah, I don't know any of that stuff. I assume there's no history, but even still, like,
I
Right.
wouldn't want to risk it.
she already says the
You
dog
don't
isn't
know.
good with. Like, if it was Dipper, I'd be like, sure, take him.
Yeah.
Because he
Keep him.
He gets the vibe enough.
Yeah, he's very happy-go-lucky.
I'm bringing him down.
Speaking of, what'd you say about me?
You
What?
want his
Move your
opinion.
leg.
Yeah, he's like, yo, what's up?
Get him to
He's
pose
gonna-
for a photo. Dipper, come be an object.
Oh, what
He's
a
actually,
cute
we know for a fact
dog.
he's good with photo shoots.
Oh, he's
Oh.
sleepy. Somebody had a big wolf.
Oh.
Hi.
Oh my god.
A
he's
little
such a photo
guy.
shoot dog.
I don't know what kind of dog that is, but they're very cute.
Dog.
I
Dipper.
offered to meet her at a park near me so she could take a few
Okay.
photos with both of us and Miso, but she said that ruined the visual. She was clearly irritated
Obstinate.
and said I was being selfish and overprotective of just a dog.
Okay,
Okay.
some
Just
people,
a dog. Yeah, so you're just a bad person.
Like,
Got
it's
it.
just someone who shouldn't have a
You're
pet.
just
And so it's like if you
a
don't,
bad
I'm glad they
person.
don't.
and it's weird that you want this dog so bad.
Yo, I feel bad for their kid. Just right off the bat. I immediately feel bad for the child that this person's gonna have.
For
Oh,
the vibe,
Yes.
but like could care
You're
less
gonna, like,
about its well-being.
Send out
Right.
maternity photos and people are gonna think you have a dog.
I know,
Yeah.
that's weird,
Right.
right?
That's
And they're
exactly.
gonna,
That is
no,
weird.
I actually hate dogs. I just liked it for it completed
Dude,
the vibe.
We've
Right.
all known people who like get the dog for puppy time anesthetic,
Yes.
and then they get to walk like every 4 days.
Yeah. oof.
yeah.
Because it's like, cool. I don't want to have it all the time. I want a game.
And then like,
I
oh, my
wanted
dog is
it-
so misbehaved. I wonder
Why
why.
are they always pissing and shitting inside? They go out.
yeah, that one dog is named Dipper. Yes. I wonder. I think they're both brown. Here, let me look at their dog. Hang on. I'm curious now. Dipper was so cute. Let me see. Where was he? Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's also brown. A different kind of brown, but yeah. Very cute. Very cute.
out every week.
Dipper dogs,
Later,
Dipper.
Mom called and tried to gently nudge me to say yes,
What is
saying
going on?
it's a small thing and would mean a lot to my sister, but
Okay, so now I know where the sister gets her entitlement. I see. Mother is enabling her.
it doesn't feel small to me. Miso is family, not decoration.
Yes.
And the fact that she got annoyed when I offered a compromise
agree with
kind of
that.
says a lot.
Actually, it's kind of
Not even kinda.
The very
It
first
says
one.
the
These all
most.
have the
I
connective
know.
tissue
I
of,
know they're discussing.
well,
They're awful
someone's
people.
being unreasonable, and they know it. But
I also want to know, what does the pregnant woman's husband or partner or like whomever got her pregnant, what do they think about this? They're like just uninvolved. Like, are they okay with just like having some random dog? I'm curious. Like, not that they're... I want them to rein their fucking partner in. I want them to rein this pregnant ass bitch in.
but they want the thing more.
I think that it's weird that like they can't project far enough into the future to realize that if they have the
Right.
dog without the owner,
I
and the
don't
dog
feel like their
anxious
brain
around
is very
people they
well
don't know,
developed.
It's bad.
then it would be bad for the vibe.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yes.
And that's the thing. It's like I hate to have to center things for people and give them, because if they're not going to have the compassionate answer, then I go like, okay, well, your photo shoot will go worse. If that's the only thing you care about, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, exactly. You have to
that's
get down to
bad
their
for
level,
you.
because if that's all they're going to care
the photo
about,
shoot,
like...
then would it help if I told you that the photo shoot would be bad if you didn't know how to
Right,
communicate
exactly.
with the dog?
I know your only hobbies
Right.
are taking the wings off butterflies, but I think
Yeah.
they would not.
I will also say I have seen enough of these stories to know that that probably wouldn't work, because the person would, like, the pregnant ass woman would be like, oh, you're just jealous of me, or oh, just like derail because she can't handle like being told no. I've read enough of these to know that type of person. If the story is even real, a lot of people always go, this story's fake. I always just take it at face value until like presented otherwise. But anyways, so if it is anything the same as any of the rest of these, like that, yeah, there is no arguing with this person. It's just like, no. Give them a hard no.
This as much.
Mom thinks I should apologize for making a big deal out of
No.
nothing. I think the sister's making a big deal out of nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is this deal?
Also,
the big deal of
also
not
yes,
doing
like
it?
animals.
This
aren't
big deal of
people,
saying no.
and it does make me cringe when people say fur baby. But at the same time, like
Yeah.
you should treat animals with respect.
They
And they
are
can be a
beings.
member of your family.
capable of love and
Yeah.
that deserve love.
And
They
I
just
think-
don't like drive and talk.
I think
Well, he
we
does.
just
Dipper
don't
again.
respect them as a living, breathing being.
With wants and
It-
needs,
it
and not a
actually-
table for you to lay your leg on.
Anastasia.
It actually is what causes like dog bites and stuff like that. Like,
Right.
you need to. Oh, he's going under my legs.
Yeah, anxiety and sort of feeling
loves to
unsafe
do this.
is going to cause bad outcomes
Yeah,
for both
Yes.
the people and the dog.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Got it. I like this channel. I like them. This was Sad Boys, specifically Sad Boys highlights. Let me see. Let me find another video real quick. Let's vibe for just a second while I look for stuff. Here we go. We'll just vibe for just a second while I look for things. Why is that so quiet? YouTube, stop lowering the volume, you ass. Okay, let me see. Let's maybe watch something less rage baity. Maybe something cringe. I don't know. How long have I been streaming? Oh my god, and it closed everything out. I just tabbed away from it, which is not helpful to me. There we go. Okay, about an hour. Okay, so what I'll do is okay, I'm just gonna pick like a random one because it's completely different vibes, but I'm so curious about this game. I may have even already seen this video, but I'm so curious about this that I've just gotta know. So, a vibe off, sorry, but we are going
This video
to...
is sponsored by...
Shh. I've got to get better about that, but I don't know how. Anyways, we are going to watch Eurothug 4000 because Umbral recommended them. And again, I may have literally watched this video already. I don't care. It is the unexpected horror of Piglet's Big Game. And I am just so fascinated by this concept. I'm so intrigued. I really want to play this game. And if I've already seen this, I've probably forgotten this. And if I haven't seen it, then I need all the videos I possibly can of this game. Because, oh my god, it's just too weird. So, let's get into it.
by Lost in Cult. The castle grounds are littered with dead trees, some eerily adorned with contorted facial expressions settled
Those are
into
creepy.
their bark. The interior of the castle itself offers little more in ways of welcome. Its strange statues and paintings hanging from the walls
That
lit
is
only
odd.
by dim candles and streaks of moonlight.
For a Disney game,
Deeper
that's
within
very
this
strange.
isolated place lurks a hauntingly empty dining hall perfectly laid out for its non-existent
This really
guests,
doesn't look like Winnie the
sharing
Pooh.
its suffocating stillness
the
with the
Eeyore.
other rooms. That is, of course, when there aren't any hostile creatures prowling around.
Oh my god.
This isn't
This is
a
incredible.
Resident Evil game I'm discussing.
What the fuck? Okay, there was the Eeyore statue, which was mildly cute. This is the Eeyore painting, which is mildly terrifying. Oh my god, why? He's got like a fucking 1,000-yard stare. But then his mouth is like a little bit gay, so he looks like traumatized. Oh my god.
Vibing. This is Piglet's Big Game. Like me, you
The juxtaposition, the fucking juxtaposition of like the title and the cover of the game versus what the fuck this looks like is jarring.
probably saw this game making the rounds on social media. First popping up onto my feed because of its
That looks
Silent
so
Hill-esque
friendly.
soundtrack.
But oh my god,
It's more than just slightly similar.
that's Silent Hill. That's Silent Hill. They're like, are you gonna jump down into the hole? Yes or no? Oh, is he James? James Sunderland? No. Piglet.
in sound, as it uses the same sample that the actual Silent
Yeah,
Hill 2
fucking
remake
really,
features
though.
in Chthonic Symphony.
No shot. Dude,
From there
are
on
they allowed to do that? That's like a straight fucking rip. How?
out, I've seen clips appearing on my timeline about the game's horror elements, spawning all kinds of memes and edits that made me and many others all the more puzzled as to what this game is even about.
I want to own this. I
watched
want
the
to
movie
play
that
this.
the
I need
2003
this.
title was created for when I was a kid, and I do not remember there being anything remotely scary in it that would warrant a horror experience. So, in order to answer the question of is Piglet's
This
Big
feels
Game
like a
Silent Hill for
creepypasta.
kids and why, I had to play it and find out for myself.
This is literally what we were talking about the other day, Umbral, of just like, you know, why certain creepypastas felt more realistic and like why they showed up in video games a lot. This literally feels like one big fucking creepypasta, and this is why I'm like, I have to play it. I have to know it's real. I must. Oh.
Being as enamored with horror games and development history as I am, I always love discovering interviews and essays on all kinds of titles from the well-known to the more obscure, especially when they're presented in a physical format. Today's sponsor Lost in Cult specializes in that.
Okay, so we're gonna watch their ad because it's the least we can do since we're watching their video.
With their latest launch being Make Us Whole, the history of Dead Space. It's a
Interesting.
comprehensive book on the iconic
Whoa.
sci-fi horror series that covers not only the games, but the
Yo,
movies,
that's actually cool. What the
comics,
fuck?
and other projects that spawned from it, as well as coverage on pre-release prototypes and candid interviews with the
I'm gonna look that up.
franchise's
I'm looking
creators.
that up in my own
It's
time.
all
Hang on.
packaged within a gorgeous hardcover format that will look great on your shelf or coffee table, which is something I can seriously appreciate as an owner of multiple Lost in Cult books. And the history of Dead Space comes in standard and signed editions with an exclusive A5 art card, which is available
Interesting.
until pre-orders close on December 31st. There's also another book called Mansion, which is filled with writing on dozens
So it just
of
has like a
games in the
bunch of
genre,
creepy
including Resident
books
Evil,
on their
Clock
website.
Tower,
That's wild.
Haunting Ground, and so
Very
much
cool.
more. You'll even see my name in there too, as I was fortunate enough to interview Yoshiro Kimura on the making of the cult classic
Good for you.
survival horror
That's
title
very cool.
Rule of Rose. So be sure to check that out too
Good for
if
you,
you'd
good
like
for
to
you.
read my piece. You can get more information on these books using the link
You're a
in the
thug
description,
space.
and get 5% off across the site until December 31st by using my discount code.
That's interesting. I do want to look into this.
A big thank you to Lost in Cult for sponsoring this video.
Yes, congrats.
The game begins on the first day of autumn, and the beloved characters of the 100 Acre Wood are peacefully going about their day.
Yep,
As
this
Piglet
looks
strolls
normal.
around, he spots a shadow emerging from a nearby bush and
Whoa.
runs away in a panic. Before
Okay, let's be real. The fucking shadow, even just there for like, the first like half second or whatever the fuck. Hang on, I'm going back.
100
Hang
Acre
on.
Wood are peacefully going about their
Hang
day.
on.
As Piglet strolls
on, wait.
around, he spots a shadow emerging from
Okay, let's be real. I was like a bit of a coward when I was a child. I was like very easily scared. I fucking almost promise you that I would have quit the game at this point. Just from this showing up, I would have been horrified. Again, if I was young enough, this would have like probably made me quit the game as is. Cause it's like, you're not expecting that from a fucking Winnie the Pooh game. Oh god.
a nearby bush and runs away in a panic before bumping into Christopher Robin. He attempts to instill
Umbrella
some
could literally
courage
get
into
this
the
for
frightened
Christmas and I would be happy.
telling him to face his fears and unleash his inner hero. But Piglet isn't convinced, saying that heroes
He
are
looks so
big
squishy.
and brave, not small and afraid like he is. Not long
Girl, same.
afterwards, as a few of his friends have fallen asleep, no one notices as Piglet sulks
Aw,
off into the
he looks
distance
so
like a
sad.
complete and total loser. After this introductory scene, I was given control of the cowardly pink protagonist in a contained, cozy kind of area that you'd
Again, it's
expect
me
from the
though.
game. Once I approached the two interactable objects in front of me, I realized that this wasn't a level, but rather a menu for loading or starting a new game.
Okay.
After I selected the latter, I was introduced to yet another closed area that serves as an options menu with things like
Okay.
volume and screen centering contextualized
Cute
by
so far.
frogs and a target board.
I love all the
There's
sparkles.
even a rumble feature that's represented by a contraption that you can turn on
Oh,
and
that's
off.
cool.
I was seriously surprised by the detail I was seeing already,
Yeah.
and moved on to the
This is
third
cute.
and final part of this hub world. Immediately, I noticed that this place offered me the ability to watch animated clips
Yo!
and cutscenes. And following the middle path up
Aw.
a small hill, I found myself standing next to a telescope.
That's cool.
Interacting with it brought me to the level select screen, where a narrator explains that by entering his friend's dreams, Piglet can become the hero of their dream world.
Oh.
The first level takes place in the mind of Winnie the
How does that work with a telescope? I mean, I know that this is a kid's game. I'm not going to think too much about it, but like, the telescope was pointed up into the sky. They weren't that far away. Like, I feel like you'd be like looking up Pooh's nose rather than just kind of seeing him in that like crisp frame that they showed him in, but either way.
Pooh, whose insatiable hunger created a candy-filled landscape with all kinds of sweet
Ooh.
treats lying around.
Hey.
Speaking to Owl, Piglet explains that he came to Pooh's dreams to see if he needed his help at all. And boy does he, because we find him stuck to a mound of caramel.
This is such vibes.
This is where you learn the core gameplay of picking up and using items, pulling old Pooh Bear out of his predicament, and continuing his quest to find a smackerel of honey. Unfortunately, the pathway is blocked.
Oh, that like little, the little balloon with Christopher Robin's face on it. That's so cute. Honestly, again, I really dig Pooh's world of just like all of the candy everywhere. It reminds me of the really old school Candyland, which is just immaculate vibes. Like I want the whole game, like the game board on a shirt or something like that, because it just makes me so insanely happy to look at.
By a giant lump of cotton candy. But by
Yeah.
using a nearby spray bottle to melt the obstacle, you can gain access to the building.
Okay, I debated whether or not to say anything at all. Like, literally, I was like, is this even worth saying? Is this worth it? And I think it is now, but... So they're like, oh, cotton candy. Literally,
What's a
like...
giant
Hang on.
lump of cotton candy.
Yes. Okay. Never mind. I saw it wrong. All I saw was the stream of water for the first, like, half second, and I was like, it looked like a piss stream. That's all I'm gonna say. I just was like, ain't no way for 1 fucking second. And then it's like, oh, it's a water bottle. I guess. I don't know. At first I was like, hey, whoa.
By using a nearby spray bottle to melt the obstacle, you can gain access to the building. Too lazy to do anything else, Pooh tells us to go on without him and find
Oh, it's
the
like
honey.
fizzy water.
However, before he leaves, he warns that past that doorway are Piglet's worst nightmare.
Oh my god. That definitely thought I was about to go, oh
by the
fuck.
threat of purple elephants, I guided our porky protagonist through the doorway and
Yo.
watched him shudder at the sound of thundering footsteps close by. Once given control, I could engage
Okay, they're
with the game's
huge,
combat
though, I get
system
it.
for the first time, which I didn't expect to be so unique. Essentially, once an enemy spots you, you're able to press A or X on PS2 to draw a dotted path between you and your foe. You're then transported to an intergalactic battleground where the Heffalump will move towards Piglet, and you have to press the sequence of buttons at the bottom of the screen to pull off making bizarre faces in an effort to scare off your opponents and turn them into a green bottle. The longer the path you've created, the more time...
Was someone on drugs when they came up with this? I don't feel like there is a million years in which I would be like, the way to get rid of this enemy is to make weird, silly faces at them. After transporting to the astral plane. Jesus Christ.
You'll have to execute the number of faces you have to make to win. But if your foe catches
so
you,
wild.
they'll scare you instead. After my successful victory,
It's so
I
weird.
accidentally walked back out the way I came in. So I turned around to go back. But this time, the room felt different. When I re-entered, it was
what the
completely
fuck?
empty. I didn't notice the darkness of the room before, but now I...
Dude, everything's all broken and shit. Wait, what the fuck? This is eerie. What?
couldn't help but focus on its stillness. The more lively music we got when the Heffalump was still here was replaced by the track that got me to play this game in the first place.
I didn't know we were going to miss the
adjacent room
Heffalump.
is again devoid of any life, and all of the sound here belongs to the broken gramophone in the corner, repeating the same melody over and over again beneath crackles and hisses. The only other thing echoing through the room
That's
is the sound
so
of Piglet's
creepy!
heavy breathing as he fearfully scuttles around. When we were outside, the bright, innocent Candyland was a lot more comforting.
Yeah,
So the atmosphere inside is quite the contrast.
Yeah, that's
It
wild.
feels off, probably because the art design is so wholesome and cute, being a kid's cartoon. And it's now depicted in a kind of light that is the complete opposite. Obviously, as an adult, this isn't that unsettling. But I have to admit,
I mean, but really though, because I'll be honest, again, like, I know that she's going into it knowing that it's going to happen, so it wouldn't be scary. But I'll be real, if somehow I was playing like this game or some like cutesy Hamtaro game or some shit like that, and then suddenly it's like, hey, now there's Silent Hill 2 vibes, I would be more than a little unnerved, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I think as a child, this title would have absolutely freaked me out.
They actually had a
I
vision.
didn't play it back
Neat.
then, so I
Interesting.
unfortunately don't know what my exact reaction would have been.
It
But
seems
luckily
like some
my
love
friend
went
here
into
had
it, for
to
sure.
remember their childhood experience with this game. In particular, this eerie starting point in Pooh's dream.
This moment really put me on edge as a child. I remember leaving that room in-game, seeing Piglet run in fear on the loading screen, and coming back to that room, hearing that song play again. It made
Yeah.
me so uneasy and afraid that another enemy would come along and get me. So at that point, the fear of the unknown made me run over to my GameCube and turn it off.
Very kidcore,
That was
yes.
the last that I played of Piglet's Big Game. The next day, I gave it back to my friend and tried not to think about it.
This would have been me as a kid. I'd be like,
Going
hell
through this
no, I would have
empty
opted
world
out so
reminded me
fast.
of a recurring nightmare I would have when I was a lot younger. whereby I would be stuck in a museum or shopping mall when they were closed, and there would be something chasing me. It's the feeling of being alone in a place that's normally bustling with life and people,
Yeah.
with the dimmed lights and drifting silence hiding something out of sight.
I mean, I think that's kind of like the whole thing about a liminal space in a way. I mean, okay, I understand that liminal spaces are, you know, kind of like out of the way, like weird areas, you know, so it's not necessarily exactly the same. But I do notice that a lot of like the, again, the liminal spaces will be like an offshoot of a mall or an offshoot of like a train station or a pool or something like that, where again, typically there's a lot of ambient noise, there's generally people. So if there's like, again, a sudden like room or an offshoot that you walk into that is suddenly very quiet, I think it's exactly the same thing. Like the same parts of our brain that's like, ooh, we were with the community, we were with the pack, now we're alone, and I don't know what to expect. Interesting.
That way, Piglet's big game actually perfectly plays on those childhood fears I had.
Looking at the game again, it honestly doesn't seem as bad as my child brain made it out to be. But there are only a couple of moments that do seem surreal and off. But I guess as a child,
Yes.
you see simple things as more intense.
Yes. That's why when I was a kid and I went to the fucking Haunted Mansion at Disney, I fucking bawled. Just bawled in fucking line because, like, it was a fucking haunted house. And there were, like, gravestones and stuff. They did such a good job of setting up the ambiance that I just, like, I don't know that I believed it or what, but I was scared. Again, same thing with the raceway, whatever the hell that's called at Disney. Same thing. You go through the line and they're like testing out crash dummies. And so they're showing these dummies just get like smacked to shit and like fall apart and stuff. And I'm like, that's gonna be me. When I got on the ride, that's gonna be me. Like, yeah, so your kid brain just takes things that are very simple and just absolutely blows it out of proportion. So yeah, this game would have traumatized me.
This game is kind of like childhood, right? Everything that seems normal and mundane to adults can be extremely fun for you.
Yes.
But there are those moments, those little moments as a kid, where something you see or hear can completely throw you for a loop.
Yep.
And make you feel intense moments of uneasiness and fear of the unknown.
Throughout Pooh's
Agreed.
level, you'll solve like puzzles, like finding a candle to melt a
melty.
chocolate door and
Melty
drawing a
chip
swarm
chocolate.
of bees away so you can scoop up some honey into a jar. Also, interacting with pieces of a puzzle, whether that be an item in your inventory or a locked cabinet, will prompt the narrator
Yeah, I love
to
all
give
the
you a hint.
sparkles. So
If
pretty.
Piglet were to cover the hole and conceal the hive, perhaps the bees would come looking for it.
You'll finish the level once
That
you
was
head back
very, oh god. Stanley Parable. I was like, Stanley game? Stanley Parable. He reminded me so much of that, yes.
to your furry friend to hand him his favourite snack. And Piglet moves on to his
Aw,
next target,
Roo.
Roo, who needs help getting his ball
Aw.
back. The dream world here is honestly my favourite in terms of art direction.
That's so
with
cute
everything
and
being made from
clever.
cardboard cutouts, with things scribbled onto them with pencils
Aw.
and crayons. After a brief stealth section and many more fights, you eventually manage to get
You were
Roo's
playing
ball
as Ticker,
back,
though. That's
which
interesting.
is then snatched away by a woozle. Piglet reassures Roo and tells him he'll go after it. But the door that the conniving thief hid behind is no ordinary door. We find out
He
it
looks
can't be
mean.
opened by traditional means, as it will only let
Aw.
you pass if you're able to frighten it. Something that is
Frighten
only
it?
possible.
Frighten it? It's like, no, you better square up. You're not going to get past me unless you scare me. Damn, the design of that door reminded me of Brave Little Toaster. Like, specifically the air conditioning unit. Just that kind of like, I don't know, Cro-Magnon brow, like, but just stuck inside a wall.
Or if you upgrade the scary faces you make in battle, which aren't terrifying at all. Actually, never mind, that one's pretty disturbing.
Yeah, that is
You're
weird.
able to improve your scare factor
Very
by
Luigi's
purchasing
Mansion.
what's called a brave face by visiting certain devices spread out
A
across
brave
various
face.
locations and paying in Piglet's preferred currency, cookies.
Aww.
To find these, you
Those are
have
so
to go
cute.
around and kick random objects in the environment until they spit out your little baked coins. There's a set
I would be genuinely curious to see when this came out versus Luigi's Mansion. I may need to look that up after stream, only because there's a lot of elements of it that do remind me of it. Like, literally when he kicked the thing and the cookies came out, 1-to-1 reminds me of, like, Luigi's Mansion, so I gotta look that up.
amounts in each
That's
area.
interesting.
And if you find them all, Piglet will do a small victory celebration. The map also notes which areas have any cookies remaining, as well as showing a picture of the environment instead of a traditional blueprint-style map. Anyway, when you have enough cookies to buy a brave face, the curtain will open and another Piglet will turn around and
That's
pull off
so
the new
weird.
expression. It scares the real Piglet for a second before he goes, "Oh yeah, I'ma steal that one actually, it was pretty good, yeah." As soon as I had my new move, I ran over
Wait, he just sees a fucking, like, Shadow June cloaks tweet. Shadow clone jutsu. Oh my god, my brain would not put it in the right order. Shadow clone jutsu of himself, and he's just like, oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Actually, good idea, me. I'm gonna fucking use that face.
to the stubborn door in Rue's Dreamworld and successfully got rid of this smug obstacle, obliterating its pathetic
Wow.
existence. A boss fight awaited me in the next room, which consisted of 3 cardboard sides with a woozle on each. And when I defeated one, the room would rotate, facing me with my next opponent. Something about this surreal area reminded me of
Ooh.
something from a Silent
Dude.
Hill game, with a
Yeah.
dream-like closed-off space that defies all logic.
But I like the
existing in a
drawing on
void
the
with
floor,
no
that's
explicable
neat.
connection to any other place. Piglet becomes Rue's hero and continues through the dreamscapes of his other
Poor
friends
rabbit.
too,
He looks so
assisting them
depressed.
in their various dilemmas. Each world has its own unique style that represents the minds of its creators.
Okay, that's rabbit for
but
sure.
It would be within
Or
the dark
owl.
and twisted imagination of Eeyore that I would be reminded of the game's horrors once again.
Oh.
This castle
Depression
is something straight
Central-
out of
Central,
Haunted
yeah.
Ground or Resident Evil, from its setting to its puzzles involving taking a key item from a statue.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Yours done fucked up, cause like, it's just all of the statues and paintings. Like, what is this? What is this?
From its setting to its puzzles involving taking
Hang
a key
on.
item from a statue.
Oh my god, what is that face? Holy shit. Yeah, again, as a kid, I would hate that. No, this little statue thing is adorable. He's got like big chibi ooh eyes. It's like very cute. This painting can go to hell. I hate it.
And it's here that I realised just how effective the sound design in this game is. I mean, you can play any horror game and drown out the audio with Katamari music instead, and suddenly things aren't so scary. In Piglet's Big Game, it's its haunting soundtrack, and the fact you enter areas whose silence is occasionally cut through by the noises of roaming enemies nearby. Coupled with the camera style, you're made aware of the presence of
Ooh.
these creatures even when they're not.
Damn, it did like the Fatal Frame, like, fixed camera, like, POV. But this one's, like, from below. That's so creepy. I always hated that, because you're like, I know, just, I'm gonna walk up on some shit. I hate this.
in view yet, which is a common and intentional technique in the horror genre.
Yep.
As I fought my way through numerous battles, I realised a few more things. When you lose to an enemy, the damage is represented in the form of a panic meter of sorts, where Piglet's movement is slowed every so often until
We're
he
damaging
restores
his
his
psyche.
courage, with his distress being shown even during the loading screens too.
Oh,
While in this state, you're not able to
that run cycle. Oh, he's so cute. He's so floppy.
run away from things as efficiently.
Man, we're
and risk
actively
being caught
torturing
up
this thing, though.
close.
Poor
If
guy.
you lose enough battles, you won't get a game over. But it does send you to the beginning of the level, which can still
Okay.
be quite the punishment if you have to travel far to get back to where you were. If you need to replenish your sanity meter, you can visit the Christopher Robin balloons and get Piglet his much-needed emotional support.
Aww.
Everything will be all right, Piglet. To overcome your fears, you must believe in yourself.
Can you give him a hug, goddammit?
Christopher Robin. I feel
Pick him up!
ready.
Hug him!
Combat evolves as the
Don't just lecture him! Oh, I guess it wasn't a lecture, it was encouragement, but still, pick the little guy up, damn it. Unless he didn't want to. But I would assume he'd want a hug. I would ask. Because he's a little cute guy.
the game goes on.
Perfectly
Increasing
huggable size.
difficulty by adding simultaneous button presses in its sequences, as well as increasing their length.
Oh.
Mistakes in battle can cost valuable time. So if you're not confident you can beat it, you have the option to exit the fight and run further away to regain some distance before engaging again with the damage you dealt carrying over. On almost
I like
every
that.
level, you're introduced to a new type of enemy, and each of these change the battle encounters in some way. The caped woozles can't be scared while they're hiding their face, so you have to time your last button press to ensure you get your attack in. Bee heffalumps move with higher speed, but can be knocked back when you pull a scary face. And the tuber heffalump can wipe your sequence progress if you don't finish it before their move. Mirror woozles make the stage spin around, which can be very disorienting when the arrow buttons are introduced as inputs. And the sporty kind changes the button you need to input.
I feel like I would actively be bad at this game.
On the other hand, the broom heffalump can obscure the vision of buttons.
Yo, it was Fuzzy Lumpkins! And I just hit the button to restart the video. Hang on. Let's see. Where was I at? It was right here. Close enough.
To inputs when they swing a tennis ball. On the other hand, the broom.
Yeah, he looks like Fuzzy Lumpkins. Dude, like even the same color. That's incredible.
Of buttons. And finally, the slot machine type hides certain inputs that you have to take guesses at.
I like his cute little like mermaid ears though. That's cute.
There's lots of variation in this combat system, and
yeah, this is really
challenging at certain parts
clever.
in the late game stages. I
For a kids game?
don't see how most kids would have completed this title without the help of an adult.
Right.
That said, you can avoid combat half the time by maneuvering around enemies.
I will say, kids are not to be underestimated, especially when it comes to games. Like, I mean, you got like fucking 10-year-olds like defeating Elden Ring and shit like that nowadays. So I'm like, I wouldn't put it past them to like master this and no problem. But I mean, maybe back in the day it would have been hard, but I don't know. Gen Z, Gen Alpha, they're kind of cracked at games.
But sometimes it is mandatory to beat everyone in a given area to open up the path forward. The final level in particular is genuinely kinda hard, where you have to save all of the other characters in succession, and if Piglet gets too scared, it will reset the level entirely. As well as being unforgiving of mistakes, it also doesn't give you too much time, as opponents will eventually reach your friends and scare them, again putting you right back to the start so you have to do it all over. After defeating the final boss, that is the shadow creature Piglet saw at the very beginning of the game, he saves his friends, but this time in the real world and not just in their dreams.
And so it was that Piglet had become a hero to all his friends.
Aw, yay!
And he would never again think that he was too small or too frightened.
Yay! That's good.
While it's not locked to post-game, you can also revisit levels after you've beaten them, and even though enemies are still patrolling the areas, the tables are turned.
Oh,
Instead,
that's so
a message appears
cool.
on screen reading bravest of them all, and a clock in the corner
They're all afraid of
indicates you have
you.
limited
That's metal.
time to chase after them and catch them. Touching them erases their existence, and you get a green bottle in their place, the same way you would when winning a battle. That in this post-level mode seems to just be an additional collectible.
You just get god powers. Holy shit.
Now that I've covered what's in Piglet's big game, I wanted to take a moment to discuss why I think this is in fact survival horror for kids.
Yeah, it absolutely is. 10 out of 10.
Feeling areas and enemies chasing you down. but it's also the ability to steer clear of combat a lot of the time and discerning when it's actually worth fighting, since you don't always have to. Especially if combat is challenging, which it very well would be for a child.
I like that they you can back up, run away, and then get back into it.
Enough to move him back to the first area, as this could mean making the player maneuver through a lot of Heffalump-filled rooms once again. On the other hand though, clearing out your opponents makes traversal so much easier since there aren't any threats around. In the same way, Resident Evil's corridors are easier to navigate if you wipe out any zombies. Therefore, creating this choice between risk and reward, and adding further tension to the experience past just the audio-visual atmosphere. Once you think about it, since Piglet's game involves running around
the
avoiding
quote-unquote combat seems
especially in
a little bit
locations,
difficult.
What's the difference between this and Silent Hill, aside from some desaturation, film grain, and a few Heffalumps? The use of the camera is of course reminiscent of classic survival horror titles as well, but it's also the puzzles that are mostly the same too. There are box-pushing puzzles and having to find keys to open chests, and even when they're not the same as Resident Evil visually, they certainly feel like they could slide into that series quite seamlessly. Then there are the Brave Faces, which essentially act as a weapon upgrade. Even the way that you collect upgrade currency draws some parallels, like how—
But also too, I mean, again, like, if we're talking about Silent Hill, you're literally like looking at a different version of yourself who is, I mean, in this case, they are like a positive force. They're giving you like the tools that you need. But still, it's very odd and trippy for in a kid's game to be like, hey, this isn't just you in a mirror. This is another version of you giving you tips and advice. Again, I get it's a dream, I get it, but still, I would be like, that's very odd. Or at least I think I would. Nowadays, I would. Clearly.
Interacting with random cupboards or bookshelves in the backgrounds of classic survival horror games could uncover recovery items or ammunition. And let's not forget that the panic system
I love that run animation.
Clock Tower and Eternal Darkness.
He's so cute.
The player doesn't deal with resource management in the traditional horror sense with limited ammo and healing items.
Good.
However, it replaces that tension with its combat style, where it's not ammo that's limited, but time.
Yeah, it's like a rhythm game in a way.
A Little Nightmares type experience. But I honestly don't see the similarity past just childhood visuals with a dark twist. And even then, they're on completely different levels due to their contrasting target audiences. There aren't really any shared platforming elements either, and any combat that exists—
That was what I was about to say. It's all on one level.
On a narrative note,
or at least I
faces
think.
his fears in worlds separate from reality. In the same way, characters who end up in Silent Hill often have their own demons to face. The dream worlds themselves also have a deeply surreal quality, again reminding me of locales in the Silent Hill franchise. In general, Piglet is the perfect Winnie the Pooh character to center a horror title on, since he's quite literally known for his overwhelmingly anxious personality. He basically lives in a constant state of worry and—
Girl, same. Again, same. I don't know how I've become Piglet in my adult life, but oh my god.
Which is more than fitting for the horror.
Yay! Yes! He's finally hugging him. Good. Good. He's finally giving him a hug. That's all I wanted.
Genre.
He's perfectly huggable sized.
In that last boss battle, just as many other survival horror protagonists have done in their own fights at the end of their games. All that to say, yes, I do think Piglet's big game is Silent Hill for kids, and at least one adult.
Could be me,
Obviously,
I don't know.
I had to know more about the
Haven't played
making
it.
of Piglet's big game. And looking into it, I could see that it was developed by Doki Denki Studio, who were originally based in France. Thankfully, I was able to get in contact with the main game designer Pascal, who worked on this title, and they agreed to give me some more context on the development history.
At that time, Doki Denki Studio was already working with Disney. We had released 3 PlayStation 1 games with them. Disney was working on the film Piglet's Big Movie and was looking for a studio to develop the video game alongside it. I don't want to say anything inaccurate, but I believe it was officially our first PlayStation 2 game released on the market.
Oh, neat.
I was very surprised to see that the game came out roughly a month before the animated film it was based on was released. I would have thought that a licensed game would just follow the blueprints of whatever it's originating from.
Me too.
But it seems that in Piglet's
That's
case,
an interesting
things
take.
worked a little differently to what I expected for a couple reasons.
Okay, I'm also gonna say, can you imagine being a kid and having like the official movie come out, right? And like, I know that there are similar elements. I know that there are like, you know, again, there are crossover things. But but the movie is not like this. It's not, you know, low-key Silent Hill. It's not low-key horror. It's got scary moments in it, I think, for kids, if I remember correctly. But can you imagine being like, wow, I really love this movie. Let me get this game. You pick this game up and it's like, like, just not prepared. With the fucking cover and everything like that, you just can't be prepared for this.
I'm not too sure anymore how everything came together, but
I almost don't believe it's real. I know it's real. I get it. It's real.
Secretive, and that was quite common at the time. They just
but I need to see it
to accompany the movie's release. All we knew was that it revolved around Piglet, so the game's story was developed by us, the game design team, as narrative designers didn't exist back then.
Okay.
We had a lot of freedom, both in writing and game design, and I think that was partly thanks to Disney's producer, Risa Cohen. She really supported our decisions in the interest of quality. When Disney spoke with the studio about this game, Marc Albinet, the head of game design, my boss, immediately wanted to make a Resident Evil for kids.
Oh my god. They just came out and said it. I mean, they said Resident Evil instead of Silent Hill, but yeah, that's incredible. Good job, you nailed it.
Disney to pitch the idea, and he must have been pretty convincing because they said
yes. That's insane that they said yes.
To the movie script, we created a story centered around Piglet. It focused on his lack of self-confidence and the courage he would need to help his friends who were asleep and trapped in a nightmare. The horror element was tied to these nightmares that the player would need to resolve.
Yeah, he's like a Luigi type too, so it's, you know, it's easier to have a game where the protag is going to be scared of the things that you put in front of it. You know, I almost kind of feel like if it was like a Tigger or something like that, like Tigger has his own things that he's afraid of, but he'd go to bat for his friends, right? Piglet did too, but it's like harder for him. So that was the compelling narrative there.
Thanks to the situation, the
not me over-explaining.
And with the blessing of Disney,
that's what React Dandy channels do. Damn it!
Able to blossom. That, of course, was only possible with the hard work of the development team too. And so I asked Pascal about their responsibilities on the game and any memories surrounding the experience.
I remember several things. The horror gameplay, which was completely new to this target audience, the hour of real-time cinematics that I directed with the animation team, the cameras in each room that I placed as best as I could to follow the action, and finally, the overly difficult combat, which I wanted to tone down but wasn't allowed to. The atmosphere in the studio was
again, it is difficult for a kid's game.
I recall a sense of pride in what we were doing.
Good.
Yes, it was a kid's game, and yes, sometimes it was cheesy, but we still had so much fun making it, as if we were making it for ourselves. It was truly a great project.
That's awesome.
The game was
comes through very well.
It was considered by reviewers to be a very good children's game. At that time, many licensed games, especially those for kids, were rushed and uninspired.
Yep.
That wasn't our philosophy at the studio. We wanted to make a good game, even if the target audience was very young. I think that's why the game surprised people with its strong approach and quality.
Yeah. I mean, like, we all, I mean, everybody that I know has, like, busted games that they remember playing from, like, childhood. Like, I'm thinking of, like, the first Shrek game and the Shrek 2 game. You know what I mean? Like, I had a lot of fun with it, but I'm not even going to begin to say that they were good games. So it is wild that this one is just, like, it actually seems fun, so much so that my adult ass is over here like, I want a copy.
Along with the PlayStation 2 and GameCube versions, we'd also see a Game Boy Advance.
Oh my goodness, this little sprite!
This is a vastly different experience, feeling like a D-Mate. But the core concept still remain, and it is pretty cool seeing how it was all translated for the platform, from the world visuals to the battle screens. There's actually a
much less creepy though.
Piglet's Adventure too, but this is literally an entirely separate point-and-click game with a story surrounding collecting ingredients to make some soup.
Oh god.
And this is
I'm going back. Oh, that's so cute. Just, Soup has a very, poggers vibes. Hang on.
But this is literally an
I need
entirely
this.
separate point-and-click
I
game
need this
with
as
a
a sound
story
clip.
surrounding collecting ingredients
God.
to make some soup. And this is because it was developed
Soup. I love him.
by a different development team by the name of Hullaby Entertainment.
That's awesome.
So yeah, you basically have 3 independent
Oh my
game
God.
experiences that all share the exact same name.
Ooh, that's
I
vibes.
played Piglet's Big Game for the meme, but I was pleasantly surprised
For
to
the
find
meme,
that
yeah.
it's a genuinely compelling title, well deserving
That's
of
what
this
I'm saying.
resurgence over 20 years
I'm fascinated.
after its release. I'd like to thank Pascal for kindly providing their insight on the game's development, and they actually now have their own studio that released a title in
Neat.
2020 called There Is No Game, Wrong Dimension.
Looks
I've been
cute.
told it's better experienced without watching the spoilers in Let's Plays, so keep that in mind.
Okay.
I'll put the game and Pascal's social links in the description so you
Very
know
cool.
where to go. And I'll also have a link to the full
Aw,
interview
his
too,
little squishy
in
cheeks.
case you'd like to read it.
Yes.
A big thank you to Lamb Hoots for the voiceover, and thanks to GeoHex for
Good job.
sharing their memories of the game. I used an amazing Piglet's Big Game remix by Thousand Eyes for the intro track.
Hell yes.
So a huge thank you to them as well
Good
for
job,
letting
everybody.
me use it. I'll have everyone's links in the description, and I highly recommend checking them out because that's a whole roster of talent for YouTube videos, 3D art, and music that I just shouted out. Last but certainly not least,
Aww.
thank you to my patrons for making all of this possible, and thank you for watching. If you'd like
That's
to see
so
more of my future work, please
cute.
consider
I love its
subscribing
animation.
so you don't miss anything. That's all for now, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yay, thank you for the video. This is so cute. I love this animation. It's like very GameCube. Super cute. Honestly, kind of also reminds me of like Gap Smolders. Like just so cute. Well, I definitely like their channel. I definitely like their vibe and their content. Thank you, Eurothug, for the video. I'm gonna turn back on my vibes music. Here we go. I'm getting it together. So yeah, that was the Unexpected Horror of Piglet's Big Game by Eurothug 4000. Check them out if you liked the vibes as I did. But yeah, and I'm just gonna keep this up because what cute art. My goodness. So I think, let's see, I think I hit. Oh, you know what? I only hit an hour 30. Do I have time for one small video? Let me see. I know I tend to stretch things out, so let me check real quick. Do I have anything real short I could watch? Man, I love this music. You know what? I'm gonna pick a 14-minute video real quick. So, same as earlier, we're gonna do Sad Boys. Let me mute real quick. I can't really mute it. Dang it. I don't know how to like gracefully transition into videos with the music. Okay, well anyways, I'm gonna pick a Sad Boys highlights video again. And this time this is the Labubu epidemic.
So have y'all heard?
Have I heard of the Labubu epidemic? Why, yes. Yes, I have. So, I'm going to come over here and slowly turn this down. Here we go. Turn it quieter. And, yep, again, Sad Boys highlights the Labubu epidemic. This is 14 minutes, and then we'll be done with the stream. So, here we go.
Labubus?
Yeah, I keep hearing about it. It feels like it's too late to ask what it is because I've been, you know, when you're kind of just writing on social cues.
Fair.
Someone's like, "You seen this movie?" I'm like, "Yep," and then you hear the movie they said. Or you said yes.
So Labubus, in my understanding, are a part.
Oh, let's see. Oh, they have a funger? Funger video? What? I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know what you mean, Umbral. I'm gonna have to look up what you mean. Oh, Fear and Hunger. I was like, what the fuck is a hunger? I was like, fungus? Hunger? Fear and Hunger. Okay, absolutely. I will pull that up and save that for next time, because I'm sure it's much longer than the 14 minutes that is this Labubu video. So I'm gonna change the vibes again real quick and watch this one.
Part of
Hunger.
a larger movement, blind boxes taking over
Yep.
America. The concept of a blind box being you have a little
They are
figure
fun.
in a box, and the box is uniform, and it's almost like a booster pack where you don't know what you're gonna get, and there's different rarities, or I don't even know if there's different rarities.
There is
Yes, there is.
rares and specials. Like there
Yes.
are ones that you don't know.
Right.
Like
'cause
Tokidoki
on the
ones
back,
as
usually
well.
You'll see a series, and it'll be like
And a mystery one.
You could get one
the
of these.
Smeeskies that are sleeping or whatever, and it's like,
Which I'll just say, it pisses me off so much that like not all of the blind boxes are cute. I'm just gonna put it out there. I very rarely see a blind box series that has all cute blind boxes. Like, there's always some misses in there, and it's just like, man, what is it? The macaron, whatever the hell it's called, Labubu one. It's like, oh, they have these like really cute colors, and then I think some of them are like sitting down, and I'm like, I don't want to just sit down. I mean, nobody come after me if I have that info wrong. I know one of them has the sitting ones, and I don't like the sitting ones. And I'm like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Also, they're so fucking expensive, man.
like there'll be 6 of them on the back, and Smeeski's like a little green guy who glows in the dark, question mark. I have one in the car.
Our little, those little Dragonite and
Oh yeah, those are like
David
little
Leaf or whatever it's
Pokemon,
called.
Pokemon blind boxes.
What's his name? Ricky Leaf?
Ricky Leaf?
The-
Rose Raid?
Ricky
Yeah.
Leaf?
That's the one.
Ricky Leaf?
Well, I
That's
don't
a
know him
cool
personally.
name.
Rose Raid, yeah.
Name's
No,
Ricky.
Ricky Leaf.
Yeah, that's actually my name. My
As-
understanding is this is a little bit like a Stanley Cup thing.
Well,
Yeah,
not
kind of.
exactly. It, you know, obviously.
I would say it's like a Stanley Cup in that maybe there's demographic overlap.
Oh.
Okay, I mean, I don't really see. It is different in the sense that the blind boxes are more just like, you know, little fun collectible things. They're more like for cutesy, fun figures or whatever like that. Whereas the Stanley Cups at least have like some functionality, I guess. But and the vibe is different because, like, you know, the Stanley Cups are more for like the only word that comes to mind is posh people, which I don't know. Even people that like trends, whereas I think that people like blind boxes and Labubus and stuff like that are kind of more like nerd culture. So I guess that's kind of what makes it different.
And
Anyways.
there is like hype overlap.
Oh, it's like a big
Yes.
smile.
Not all of them are keychain though, right?
Yeah.
I thought they were like full size ones.
That is a full-size
there are,
one.
but it's a lot less common to have.
I
like,
see,
a
I
So
see, I see.
there are ones that are more like those Pokemon blind boxes where it's a little figure that you put
Yeah.
on a shelf.
I don't
but
like the
those came
figures as
later.
much.
These are the
like the
coveted
dolls.
ones
That's some fake
that
fan
hang
shit, yeah.
from.
Some fake fan shit.
Can I just say something off
Some of the figures are cute,
I don't
but
like them.
So
I don't like them.
You don't like
Freak
them?
me out a little bit.
fair
So
enough.
you love this. So
I
you.
don't
Fair
like
enough.
'em. In like little Tokyo, there's a lot of Pokemon blind boxes, and I love looking at those, but I will only buy them if I would be okay with every single one of them.
Well,
Yes,
so
exactly. No, I'm the same way.
Oh my god.
And most of
I
them
want
are
to take
not.
you guys back a little history lesson here. In Japan, there's a thing called gashapon figures, and you can get
Yes.
them in like
Is that Sonic?
Little Tokyo and
Tokyo,
stuff
yeah.
here.
Ain't no way
They're
that's
like
Sonic.
proto blind boxes where
Oh,
you
it's
get, like,
Goku.
a little
Okay.
capsule. It's also
That makes way more
like,
sense.
Inspiration for Pokeballs and like Pokemon and stuff. Like Capsule Monsters was the original name for Pokemon.
Because they
Anyway,
pop open half and half the same way, right? It like in the same.
yeah, and so
Yep.
like these are like Dragon Ball Z Gashapon that I've had since I was in high school. They sat on little Dragon Balls, and I think those Dragon Balls got lost in the decades of transit that my show.
I mean,
was
the
sitting
Dragon
in.
Balls are famous for getting lost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's 7 of them out there.
Canonical.
So look under your seat. But anyway,
Oh, look at him.
these guys are cool. He's not going to sit because his hair is weighing him down, but.
He's got big ass
dead.
head.
Those things are all over Japan. Like having
Yes.
you go to a store and then like outside of the store there'll be a little gachapon like machine, and it'll be a line of like Attack on Titan Gashapon. And you're
He's
like,
hanging
I
with
hope
them
I can
now.
get my Levi or whatever.
I hope I don't get error.
And you don't know what you're getting
Right.
until it like comes
Oh my
out of
God.
the machine.
I got
Give
my
me
niece
Mikasa or
an
Levi.
Ava blind box, and it's so funny because all of the options, you're like, yes, these are so cool. I love all these characters. But then one of them was Shinji's dad. It's like, I don't want this monster.
I want
I would be so pissed. You get like anybody else, it's like, oh, this is cool. I take that. Yeah. And you get Shinji's dad, and you're like, I'm taking it back. I'm throwing it in the trash. I fucking hate it.
Gashapon.
And put him on a high shelf so he's looking down at
So
me.
I gave it to my niece. I was like, I just realized like you could get Gendo, and I'm sorry if that's the one.
I'm
you get.
so
She goes,
sorry.
Now that you mention it, that's the one I want.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So is it that this one here has reached what's it called again? Boo boo.
Labubu.
Baby boo boo.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
Kid Boo.
reached.
This
He-
one is like reaching a fever pitch that
Yes.
like, is almost.
This is mainstream level
This is
at this
new
point.
shit.
They're now
Get in the box,
like,
Shinji.
costing like $60-$70 for one.
Like, no, you get the
Secondary market's
trash.
so crazy.
kind of got
On
NFT.
top of
Shinji's
that,
dad.
there
Fuck
are
you.
so many knockoffs. Lafufu is what people call the knockoffs.
Lafufu, yes.
I saw a friendship break up right in front of my eyes, all over a Labubu. Oh, we're all trying to get Labubus. And I was like, La what? I want to ask, like, what is a Labubu? This dude's super nice, and he's just like, oh, they're these fuzzy little toy collector items. And he pulls one of these Labubus out. One of the girls in the group goes, you know that's not a Labubu. That's
Don't come at me with that fucking attitude. Get out of here. You know. It's not the real thing. Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut up.
a Lafufu. I'm just thinking, like, now what's a Lafufu?
Who cares?
Visibly angry.
I kind of feel like he's capping a little bit.
I was gonna say such a cool fake story.
Yeah.
And then everyone clapped, and Einstein was there.
Yeah,
It
fair.
does explain something.
Fair.
The sentiment is there to be sure.
Which is that Labubu's
If someone was fucking classist about Labubus, they need to get the fuck out of their own ass. Like, my god.
real Lafufu's imitation.
So there's also a lot of people who
I like the Lafufus.
tried to
It's affordable.
collections of them. The reason that's difficult is there are rare Labubus, and so here's an example of someone
They're like
looking for a
$700
secret
fucking
Labubu.
dollars.
So that's when the picture's not on the back.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's a very funny image.
It'll be like a silhouette with a question mark sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah, and so it'll show you out of all the options.
I do like the black
here's
one
what
that
you
has
get,
like the
and
little
then there's
rainbow
one
teeth
secret
and eyes
Labubu
and stuff.
that's,
Those are cute.
Not pictured. That is rare.
This is my last attempt to get the secret Labubu. I've spent way too much money. Or please give me the secret.
It's so cute though. They're all so cute.
This is
feels like someone
just
chewing.
opening packs of Pokemon cards. Like it's the
Yes.
same vibe, and that's why I could never shame it.
But there's no ceremony though. There's no like moving the card aside.
This is what's crazy is there's no ceremony. Like
Yeah, this is literally just like blind boxes and like trading cards and stuff like that, but for like I don't want to say rich people because you do need some money for these. Preppy people, I suppose. Like I don't know how else to put it, but yes, preppy people. Their version of blind boxes. Ugh,
These things are
so
not cheap.
whatever.
No.
Like-
and there are people buying
they are cute.
like, retail boxes of them like her.
Like whole cases.
Uh-huh,
She bought
yes.
a
Which
case
I
of
get
it.
Labubus. And then this is the secret Labubu that she got conveniently at the end, and it's not stage
No
show.
fucking
It's
shot.
funny.
She got the
So this is the most recent craze, I believe.
Just like Paul, just-
of my understanding,
She got it.
This is the one that everyone wants right now with the rainbow eyes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the secret Labubu in the Big Into Energy series.
big
So the
into
newest one.
energy.
So this is
yes.
like I can explain this I can relate this to like packs of Pokemon cards, right? It's
Yes.
like you have a new set, it's got some chase to it.
Yep.
And you've got some common stuff and you got some rare stuff. And so
Yep.
you're opening up stuff to try to get the rare stuff. The
Mm-hmm.
idea being they found a business model where they can make you buy a thing multiple times because you are randomly going to get a result and you're going to create chase. And there is like the feeling of going for the chase is fun. It's just scaled
Yes.
that model to, it is like NFTs.
To plushies, yeah.
Except for once again, NFTs fail by like not being a real thing.
Oh no, the NFT part stuck out to me design.
It's got to be a physical
no,
thing.
Exactly. So this is my
People are
Smeesky.
willing to go
Oh,
for
he's
it
so
if it's
chill.
physical. You feel
This
like
is
you get to
from the
have it.
yoga series.
I mean, you do get to
This
have
was a
it.
gift that my friend got me. My Smeesky that I got
is actually lying down Smeesky, and get this. He comes with a little guy that he can lie on.
Is that also him? Oh my god, he's dead.
I can't balance it.
You killed him.
Though.
Something like that.
No, this could be don't do yoga.
There you go. I
mean
like
to
the
be
little
a
friend though. Oh,
sport or yuck any yums, and I'm not, because I think most people are doing it very sincerely, and it is fun to collect. But sometimes I can't help but feel like there's an awful lot of hobbies or recreational behaviors. I'm trying to figure out when the fun happens. It's almost like the living frictionlessly kind of thing, where I'm just like,
it's just gambling, man.
Work as efficiently as
It's
possible
literally
so I can
just
get home
gambling,
and
but
not
you get a
spend
real
time with
thing.
my family. And it's like, what is this for? Like, you get it, and you're getting it for the resale. It's like, oh, okay. So then you crack it, and you get the rare one you wanted. And you go like, great, now I have something to post, to then argue about, to then sell. When's the part you like?
Well, I think from
it's just the adrenaline, man, of the polls.
Blind box addiction. And I'm kind of joking, but I'm also kind of serious. Like, I was legit addicted. Like, I could
Really?
not stop
I wonder what she was
buying
into.
them to try and get the one I want. Sure. From my experience, the fun is in the beginning. And then it's all downhill from there, baby.
Yeah.
Like, the other part is the sort of like fighting and like stealing and people largely ruining it for everyone.
Jesus.
Pop Mart only sells them online.
That's too far.
So now people have to like hunt online for when they're gonna drop.
Yeah, when you got to
have
like
heard
go to
of
the
that.
mall before with your friends. And
Yeah, it used to be
find-
like
yeah.
you go to the
I have
mall,
heard that
you're like, oh my
it
God,
gets
they
stolen
have
off of people's
movies,
bags.
let's
That's
get one,
right.
how fun.
When you decide to splurge on a Pop Mart blind box, which could cost around $20 to $30, you don't go in totally.
20 or 30. I feel like I've seen it for much more than that. I feel like it's like closer to like 30 to 50, if not more. Granted, again, maybe it's because I'm looking at it from like fucking scalpers, but still. Good God.
Take this collection.
I don't have
there
one.
Are 6 possible characters you
I
can
don't have
unbox,
one.
and
I've
a
thought
secret
about buying one,
that
but I
you
don't have
a
it
1
yet.
in 72 chance
Don't come
of
at
getting.
me.
Again, I think collecting and investing time in little fun things that have a rhythm to them. I think that's what's fun about collecting, right? Is it's rhythmic. It's not a hobby that you typically burn yourself out on because there is a
It's just look at the cute
skinner
thing.
box to
That's
it.
it.
It's like a grind and a gradual growth and development or whatever. But I stopped buying magic boosters when I basically just stopped playing magic for other contexts and circumstances. I like collecting with the knowledge that I'll make a deck, with the knowledge that I'll play with it. It's always sitting there, right?
Yeah.
Is the mission. I like, in theory, the base collecting part. But again, maybe it's old man yells at cloud.
Yes,
A lot of
it
this
is,
stuff
but that's
is
okay.
so
I think it's maturity.
stressful. It's like
Yeah.
so tinged with a lot of people I know just buying them just fun, all of that. But as far
Besides whatever the hell he's going to say, I will say that a huge downside of like, you know, again, blind boxes and collectibles and stuff like that. Okay, not so much collectibles, because if you just buy the ones that you want, then you just have the ones you want. Got it, cool. What the fuck are you going to do with all of the ones that you don't want when you're pulling blind boxes or cards or whatever like that? Like, again, I guess you sell it, but then I'm not going to want to fucking sell it. Like, I'm too fucking lazy for that, and I'm too socially anxious for that. I don't want you're essentially giving yourself a responsibility. Unless you're going to keep every single one, in which case, like, good on you, but I mean, again, you're essentially giving yourself a chore if you don't want some of these. Now, if you have friends that you can give them to that will like them, okay, great, cool. But, like, you don't know that unless you're checking with people beforehand. But regardless, I don't know. I don't want to give myself a chore. I want to buy the one that I want, and that's about it.
There's the way that people talk about them online.
Which is like double or triple the price.
Yeah, I'm getting into this job I don't get paid for. And I was like, this sounds like a nightmare. Going to the store thinking you might get in an argument, filming yourself opening it, posting it. I'm just like,
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Well, the
No.
argument part, no thanks. But what I will say is, to play devil's advocate, I do think that the chase is a part of the fun.
Yeah, it's like you need the lows so you can get those highs.
Because I think that like going and looking around for something, like when I was like trying to find a Switch 2 even, I don't need it. I was like, I want to get it eventually, but there's something about like being in the right place, right time, and like when they're restocking or whatever.
Yes.
Also, it's like you're getting that like dopamine hit. It's the same thing that gambling or even social media kind of plays off of. You keep doing it even though it's not enjoyable. Because every once in a while it is really enjoyable.
It's variable reward.
Yeah.
We know from like rats.
It's like peak
you know,
excitement
how
for like a little bit.
Because they taught us.
But even then, I'm like, I don't. Is it worth it?
Yeah, because it's like if you have a reward.
It depends on how much you like the commons.
Regular interval, then that's one thing you come to expect. But when you don't know when the reward is coming, you become more obsessed with the act of like checking for that reward.
This guy kind of talks about that too.
Oh yeah, let's watch.
Yeah.
One of the things that the brand can do to keep engagement, to encourage consumers to get a little more excitement out of it, is to label the box. This one says, have a seat. I know the range, so I still get that surprise. But at the same time, I know I'm not going to get anything crazy. For a lot of people, there's a little bit of a feeling that you are being nurtured in a sense. The universe is about to give you a gift. So,
I really, if I had like editing skills, I would literally take my like face and put it here in the middle between them, because I was literally making the same expression of just like, what? Watch somebody say get 2 shiny Pokemon in a row. First one they cheered, the second one they went up for. That's very cool. I mean, and again, it's like if they are like, you know, again, it depends on what they're going to do with the commons, right? Are like they perfectly cool with all of the common cards that they're going to get and, you know, enjoy the art on? If they like every single one, then like very cool. That's awesome. But like, man, if you're just going to keep pulling and pulling and pulling and you only are looking for those like 2 shiny, yeah, you get them. That's awesome. But then again, what are you going to do with all the rest of the stuff? Like, also, man, this is some like fucking corpo capitalism shit this man is saying. He's like, oh, the universe is taking care of you. Look at this little treat in a box. I'm like, it's really expensive and you don't fucking know what you're gonna get. Like, this is, don't fucking try and sell me on this.
Take a look.
Bro.
Fuck. We haven't mentioned the word gambling yet, and I feel like we should.
It is interesting. Exactly what I thought while I was watching
said it
this.
a little
I was like,
bit.
is this gambling?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I think it's gambling in many senses, but
gray matter wise.
But great. Like in terms of like the dopamine and all that stuff. The short answer I would say is yes and no. And then the long answer
I would say so.
For those who are trying to make a profit, like if you are opening Pokemon cards to then sell the Pokemon cards at a profit, and so then you're buying the $3 pack in hopes that, or you're opening a bunch of packs in hopes that you get the big chase card that you can sell for more than you bought the packs for, you're gambling.
Yeah.
But if you're just like getting the stuff to appreciate it, then that's just getting the stuff to appreciate it and like enjoying the hobby.
Yeah, it is always risky, or like I guess a little tiresome when people pathologize like any hobby or activity is, because it's fun to use therapy speak or whatever online, and people will default to like, I have been passionate about things and I have been obsessive about things. And the obsessive is noticeable because it comes at the sacrifice of something else, right? I love this game. I'm playing it too much because it's keeping me in bed when I should be getting up. Like,
gotcha.
I play way less Balatro now, not because I like Balatro less, but because I need and want to do other things with a little bit more momentum building. And like, as far as like going to the store, buying a little thing, having a little bit of fun, open it with friends, or by yourself if you enjoy it, just doing your thing. It's so much harder to spend your kids' like scholarship fund on it. You know what I mean? It's like all their college savings.
If you're just like casually like, I enjoy
as
this.
opposed to going to the horse race.
Well, and you're always getting something. It may not be the thing you want, but when you go to the slot machines, often you're getting nothing, right?
Maybe when you go, I use skill.
Luck is a skill. Good luck, sir. Well, let's see. That is probably going to be the day. Oh, I muted it. Played myself. Let's see. Yep, so we're about... I made good time. Yeah, I'm about an hour and 55 minutes, so I do think I'm going to call it here, because I can't imagine finding an even shorter video. Most videos nowadays are like, you know, at least 20-30 minutes, so I'm not even gonna try. But yeah, so I hope everybody has a good night. Thank you for joining me today. I don't know if anybody was here since the very beginning, but I'm in a much better mood than when I started. Not that I was super grouchy, I was just more tired. But seeing, you know, like, first I got fired up with Am I Overreacting? And then I had a genuinely good time with the Piglets big game. Cause God, it's just so fascinating. I want to learn like everything I can about it and maybe play it myself. And then just wrapping up with some Labubu's. So it's like all three of those things kind of like give me some energy, put me in good headspace. So now I'm gonna go, I might eat a snack and then go to bed. But again, I hope you all have a nice night. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let me see, I actually remember today. Let's see about raiding into somebody. So let me double check on that real quick. Let's see. Raid channel. Okay, let's see who all is available. Let's see. I think I'm going to raid into Porcelain Maid, because it looks like he may have just started. So I am going to go ahead and raid into him real quick. He is playing the Horse Girl game. So if anybody is interested in that, but I'm going to go ahead and start the raid. Let's see. Man, the raid system is very weird. It's like, it makes you have like a cooldown time, and then they're like, are you sure you want to do it? And I'm like, yes, I'm sure. So anyways, now we're actually gonna raid for real. So, again, I hope you all have a good day. I hope you have a good night.
Okay, glasses.
And enjoy the rest of your time.
She calls you dad, not trainer. Yeah, I'm her dad.
Thanks, bye.